Hi guys, and welcome back to Mr. Moves Models. Today we're going to be pushing on with the Harrier GR3 build for the 50th anniversary group build that's been run by our good friend Martin Lamont. It's been a while since I've done much work on it because I was concentrating on the Tornado. That's now done and dusted. The final reveal video is up, so if you haven't watched that, go and look at it if you want to. So now that's done, we can come back and concentrate on the Harrier. So I've done a little bit of work off camera, and I'll try and show you sort of what we've got so far. There she is. That's the Harrier at the minute. What we'll do is I will get the camera pointed down at the bench, and I'll go through a bit more in detail what I've done off camera, and sort of explain the process of what we're going to be doing over the next few videos. So guys, so what I've been doing off camera is I've been pushing on a little bit. First thing I've done is I've got the Harrier masked up, ready for paint. Now, I was originally going to use Siddeley putty or science putty or whatever it's called. Basically, cheap and cheerful Panzer putty. The problem with that is when you put it on, you haven't got that much working time because it kind of carries on flattening itself down, so you really need to put it down, mask, take it off. And because I've been sort of pushed for time and stuff, I haven't had much time to do it the way I'd normally do it. So what I've done is, I've done some blue tack worms here, rolled those out, put those on, and then what I've done to mask the bits where the grey is going to stay is I've used some Copydex glue, this stuff here. This is cheap and cheerful from any DIY store, etc, etc, etc. And the advantage of Copydex glue is that it doesn't affect the paint underneath because it doesn't like mask or doesn't have like any ammonia in it or anything like that, so you can use it if it's coated underneath, and it just peels back off really easily afterwards. I've used it a fair few times, and I'd recommend it. So that's the Harrier there masked off, and ready to get some paint on it. So that's going to be going into spray booth. I've also, this is part of the stand here, this piece of clear rod, so I'm going to carry on working on that, but for the moment it's actually quite useful so that the Copydex glue doesn't get stuffed too much underneath. And what I might actually do is I might actually mask it up and use it for my painting. Also what I've done off camera, let's pop that into that block there so it doesn't go flying around the shop, is I've done some work on these here. These are the, let me bring it all the way in. There we go, and I'll just focus. There we go. So I've done some work on the exhaust, and that I've sprayed a Vallejo Metacolor jet exhaust. I really like that colour. It's got a really nice sort of bronzy browny tint, but there's also some purples in there or something. I don't know, it just catches the light really nicely. So I'll sprayed up the metallic bits. So what I'm going to do, let me back you back out a little bit, there we go. What we're going to do is we are going to get the spray booth set up, we're going to get a paint fin down and ready to go, and we're going to use, get on with this green and get this painted tonight. So, what we're going to do first and foremost is get the paint mixed up, and for this I'm going to use my usual mixture of Mr. Hobby Acrylics here, and we're going to thin it down with some self-leveling thinners. And for that I first need to give the paint a really good stir with the paint stirrer, so I'm going to do that first. And then I'm going to thin the paint down. So This is how I tend to do it. What I tend to do is get my, I use a pipette. I always tend to take my thinners first, and I always go for about a 50-50 mix. So I'm using these little paint cups there for tattoo artists, but they're great for us because just mixing up small batches, which is generally what you're doing on 70-second scale, is just the right size. And then what I'm using pipette, drawing the paint back into the pipette and out the pipette gently, just to give it a good mix. Give it a good stir there as well. There we go. To get a nice paint job, well, nice smooth paint ready to apply to the model. Then I always recap the paint and the thinners because I'm a bit clumsy and I tend to knock things over. Also, as it's been a little while since I used the paint, the airbrush, I'm just going to quickly put a bit of thinners through it, and for that I'm just going to use the Mr. Hobby self-leveling thinners straight out the box, straight out the bottle. And that's literally just to give the airbrush a quick clean through before I spray. So just quickly checking the flow with the thinners in the airbrush. I'm flushing that out now, making sure that we get rid of all of it. There's a little bit at the bottom, I'm not really bothered. There we go. And then we just tip the paint straight in the colour cup and make a little bit of a mess always, because I'm clumsy. There we go. I said I'm clumsy. And I prefer to always sort of make a little bit less paint, and if needs be then I can just knock up a little bit more ready mixed paint later. It's easy enough to do, it's relatively quick. So then we grab our model, there she is. Now, the difficult thing is trying to figure out where I'm going to be holding this. Always try and spray 90 degrees to the model. Just quickly give this a little blast, make sure there's no impurities, and we'll get going. guys, you can see it's starting to come along quite nicely. We're working on the underneath of the paint. It's not too bad. It's a little bit tricky trying to keep a hold of the aircraft because of where it's masked up and where we need to paint. There aren't many places to be able to hold it, but it's getting there gently. So I'm going to keep on going, get all of these underside painted now, come back, spray a little bit again on top, spray a little bit underneath, and then put it out to dry overnight. That's the aircraft all sprayed up. We'll come back and show you in a bit. What I'm now going to do, whilst I've got some paint in the cup, is spray the gun pods and also spray the bombs and the weapon pylons.
see I've just mixed up a little bit more paint because I was running out. But I haven't really used that much. That's a 2mm colour cup, and I've done all the aircraft and most of the stalls on 2mm. So I've just got a few little things to tidy up, and then we'll come back and just give a second blast over some parts and the aircraft itself. Okay guys, so that's the end of the spraying. Let me move the cameras back round and I'll show you where we're at and how we're doing and how we're looking.
So guys, the Harrier, let's bring you in. Looking rather nice now that paint's gone down. It's just drying at the minute. So let me bring you in. There we go. So there you can see we've got a decent sort of green on there and the masking's still there. So it's drying off at the minute. And I will be taking that masking off later on when it's sort of dried. The gun pods are underneath as well, so they're there. They're painted and drying as well, so that's that bit there. We'll bring that out to the side. Just bring it back out a little bit. And we've also done some work here on some of the stores. So here you've got the fuel tanks, which are painted up. So they're drying off as well. And then these few little bits and bobs here are stores as well, which are the LGBs. So I've started painting them. I need to modify one of those, so it's going to require a second coat of paint, and then just the pylons and things. The other thing which I have been doing whilst off camera is this, and just back you all the way out so you can see down here. This is going to be the start of the base. So what I'm going to do is I'm sort of going to have it. This is a base. Get an aerial photo in there, or sort of like a trench or fortified position, and have the aircraft up above, and hopefully have one of the LGBs releasing from the aircraft, like if it's dropping on a target. That's the idea anyway. So that's that there. So I'm just going to pop the camera back round, say my goodbyes, and that'll be it for today. So guys, there you have the sixth part of the Harrier GR3 video build. Starting to look the part now. We've got both the colours on. I just need to come back and mask it later on and do it off camera. So really going to push on now. We've got what, about 10 days or so left with the 23rd. So yeah, about eight days left until the final reveal date. And I've got a set of 5 shifts, 5 12-hour shifts in 5 days, starting tomorrow. So it's probably going to be a bit of a push to get this done. So I'm quite keen to get there. We're in that position where I think once I come off my shifts and I've got the couple of days, I'll be able to push on. I might try and gloss coat this tonight before going to bed, and then that way the gloss coat's done, and then I can come in, hit it with the decals, and get cracking straight away afterwards with the weathering and all that stuff. Sorry, having a bit of a moment there. So yeah, so I think we're going to make it. I hope so. Going to try my best to make sure we get it done in time for your Martin and for the end of the group build. So all I've got left to do today is to say thank you so much to everybody who's following the videos, everybody who's subscribing, commenting. It's really appreciated, and it's really encouraging as well. Thank you so much for all your help and guidance, for those who've given it to me, and I look forward to seeing you soon. I hope you have a great weekend, on which I hope you get a bit of bench time. So happy modelling guys, and see you soon. Take care. Bye.